Over at Audi, engineers in 1984 were beginning to realise that their current front-engine designed rally machines were soon going to be upstaged in Group B and the proposed Group S. A group of the company's top engineers, the same responsible for the enormous success of Audi Sport up to that point, were keen to ensure the marque had a future at the very top of the sport, and so began development of what would become the Audi Sport Quattro RS002 prototype. By the mid-1980s, Audi's affinity for mounting the engine over the front axle was beginning to look old-fashioned. Audi claimed the manufacturer's title in 1982 and 1984. They weren't yet left in the dust, but Audi Sport team manager Roland Gumpert knew full well it wasn't going to last. Gumpert was quoted as saying, "When all the other competitors were coming out with mid-engine cars designed only for rallying, it seemed to me, as an engineer, to be unfair. We had created a rally concept based on a front-engined road car, and it was now being compared to real, pure, mid-engined race cars." Sadly, Audi chairman Ferdinand Piëch didn't see it the same way, insisting that the rally car should remain tethered to the consumer product. This isn't what the engineers at Audi Sport wanted to hear, as it was well known that the Quattro's main weakness was weight distribution and handling. Keeping the engine so far forward was likely to be a death sentence for Audi's rallying ambitions moving forward. The Sport Quattro gave the car more power, but did little to solve the underlying problem. Something radical needed to happen. While it's easy to see in a rallying context that the Audi Sport engineers were right, it wasn't so simple for the higher-ups. Replacing the Quattro's front-engine layout for a mid-engine layout would mean a massive marketing backtrack for Audi and potentially do real damage to their flagship consumer products. Audi Sport engineers were adamant though, so adamant in fact that they went ahead anyway, developing the Audi Sport Quattro RS002 Group S prototype in complete secrecy. Nobody on the board of Volkswagen Audi was aware of what was going on. Supposedly even the chairman of Audi himself was kept in the dark. The result was a radically different Quattro than what came before. A squat, mid-engine race car. Curvy bodywork and a Pikes Peak inspired wing mean there was no visual similarities at all between this car and Audi's consumer products. The press got a hold of the project's existence, leaving Volkswagen Audi with their trousers down, and the project was immediately axed to try and save face. Ultimately, even if the project had stayed under wraps, the dissolution of Group B and Group S would have killed off the project anyway. All that remains today is a rather depressed looking prototype tucked away in a corner at Audi's museum in Ingolstadt.